Dear viewers, hello and welcome to a new episode of our program Windows, during which we discuss several issues of local things that is in Egypt. And with us today, our dear guest, Dr. Amany Shennawy, the chemical engineer and member of the International Service Organization. Good day to you.
Good day.
Well, today we'd like to shed light on the Bidaya initiative. Actually, Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Madbouli have inaugurated the initiative in the new administrative capital, and this initiative is under the auspices of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. So could you give us an idea about this initiative, please?
At the beginning, we have many presidential initiatives. This initiative is one of our presidential initiatives that are very important, and it is a step among steps that were taken in developing Egypt. This time the development is a development for the humans of Egypt, the citizens. So it is a very important initiative that took place on the 7th of September, and it was started yesterday by Prime Minister Madbouli, and it will be going on for 100 days in all governorates to serve the citizens.
Yes, actually, Dr. Shennawy, years ago, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, in several occasions and speeches, spoke about building the importance of building the Egyptian character. Can we say that this initiative is fulfilling this idea?
This is true. It is fulfilling the idea. We had a very good program that was called the Presidential Program of Qualifying the Youth. This went through a lot of phases and graduated a lot of calibers that already are having posts and having responsibilities in the country. As even one of them, I was just reviewing, one of them became the governor of Beni Suef,
yes,
which is a very large city. So empowering the youth and women, of course, yes, is very important, and it makes a lot of leaders, empowering them and giving them the leader skills that they need. And the Bidaya initiative, or the beginning or the start initiative, is one of those initiatives that help the Egyptian citizens to be more qualified.
Yes, yes. So also, Dr. Shennawy, what are the main objectives of the Bidaya initiative that would meet Egypt's Vision 2030?
Bidaya initiative is going to put Egypt as a very important economic and social powerhouse. As Bidaya initiative has very important objectives of in healthcare, in the field of healthcare, in the field of education, and in the field of empowering youth and giving them the qualifications that they need. So the most important two factors that affect the youth and their future is the health and the education.
Yes.
So those are now taken care of by Egypt, and through the initiative, through a lot of ways, reaching people of all age groups.
Yes. Several analysts in Egypt have for years said that the file of, before President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi came to office, of course, the file of health and education is very important in Egypt, and it was marginalized before President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi came to office. And after this, President said that the budget for health and education needs a very high budget. Do you think that several initiatives is going to provide help and boost the files of health and education?
As we had a lot of initiatives, our presidential initiatives through the past years, we already gave, Egypt already gave a very strong push to the health and education files. Now with the Bidaya initiative, we are closer, because what's happening now in this initiative is that it works in all the governorates for 100 days, going into the rural areas and the very poor villages first.
Yes.
And this what happened in Haya Karima initiative. The development took place starting from the very far villages and the rural areas that are not reached.
Yes.
So those places are need to have equity, and this is what's happening now in the initiative, that age groups are divided. We have 4 different age groups that are taken care of. The children age group, which is from 1 to 6 years old, and this where the health care is taking the country is taking care of the health care and of the awareness and of reducing mortality in this stage. The second age group is from 6 years to 18. And here comes the education, the basic education, the having a good health care for the children, and a lot of factors. The third age group is from 18 to 65, and those are the people who are potential for work. So they are trained, they are given good training and good qualifications for the market, for the business market and for the job market. The fourth stage is over 65, and those have a lot to do, and a lot of digital awareness is made here, and a lot of morals and social lines are being provided, taught by them, the elders.
Yes, so it's going to last for 100 days, and it's going to cover all the governorates. So how would this be fulfilled? The communication that is going to take place, the coordination that's going to take place between the initiative and the ministries and the institutions that is going to help in this?
The initiative is basically standing on the efforts of 6 ministries: the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Culture, the Ministry of Youth and Sports, and other ministries. Also, they are having partnerships with the universities and the institutes, as you said. So it's very important to have also the civil society and the private sector that gives a lot in this case. The partnerships are set between everyone, and the coordination is done through forums. The forums are, the ministries are in touch with each other, feedbacks are given, a forum is set where people can register, whether they will register as registrants in the initiative or as ambassadors that can help people and give training. So everything is in the network, and everyone is having the feedback from the facilitators and from the beneficiaries.
Yes. Yes. So the initiative, as we've just mentioned, that is going to take place in several governorates. We'd like to know more about the committees or the groups that is going to act inside the governorates and involve or ask for help from the volunteers, from the youth and women in several governorates.
As a member of civil society, in this case, our main role to play is awareness among people, is that they go and register. There are a lot of groups working and having awareness, health awareness among people, helping the healthcare file, educational awareness and teacher training that helps to improve the education. Also, there are a lot of companies, private companies that are involved, and they offer job opportunities, and they offer the help in qualifying youth to be able to work.
Yes.
Also, there are international organizations that give their best practices and their experience in order to make the qualification of people better and for the better. The initiative also takes care of innovation and creativity.
Yes.
That people can be creative and have innovative style in their work.
Yes. So the idea of follow-up, because sometimes we launch an initiative or we make a conference, the idea or the culture of following up after every step we take, how is going to be in this initiative a follow-up in order to make sure of the effectiveness of this initiative?
The integration between the ministers, the ministries and partners in this initiative is going on, and it's very important that the feedback is collected, the availability of the people who are the beneficiaries is very important.
Yes.
And it has a high percentage. People benefit and are qualified. People are given training, such as the training given to entrepreneurs in order to be able not only to find job and job opportunities, but also to have their own business if they are willing to. A very important topic too is having the digital transformation point addressed here, and the incubators that help people to get their projects into life and be successful.
Yes.
And profitable.
Yes. Also, will there be any kind of teams or groups to talk with the people, or make seminars or a kind of discussions with the people to know what their needs and to hear from them their ideas?
There is an action plan set by the presidential initiative, because it took time to come to the light and be initiated. So it's very well planned. We have an action plan that's going on field.
Yes.
And this is going in all governorates at the same time. All the governors of the governorates are involved. Together with the ministries and the partners. Those are the managing teams, and there are people who are working on ground in awareness, in giving the sessions, and in training people. So there are very important points that are addressed by the initiative that will finally give us the best for the youth. And as a youthful country, having 70% of its citizens under 40 years. This was very important to do at that time, and to reach the people in the rural areas with our teams that are working on field.
Yes. Dr. Shennawy, how will the initiative support the development of the digital skills and the technology used among different age groups?
The initiative is taking care of having digital literacy, as people should use the digitalized apps from the beginning of registration to the initiative. It's all digitalized. Also having the infrastructure of digitalization in the rural areas equally as the cities, the big cities. We're having our backbone, the network that's that's going on in all Egypt through very fast connectivity.
Yes.
This is very important to have digital transformation and digitalization in all governorates. With having people having sessions in the how to get rid of the illiteracy, the digital illiteracy, and start using the network in everything, in banking, in any registration, in having information in everything.
Yes.
So this is going on in the initiative to help people.
Yes. So also I'd like to ask you, Dr. Shennawy, about the participation of women and youth in this initiative. Can we consider it a kind of youth and women empowerment?
Yes, of course. Women in Egypt are very lucky. We're having women empowerment in Egypt, in our culture, since the pharaonic era. So you always find the Egyptian women,
A leader.
Yes.
And wants
we
to
have
participate and help.
skills. Yes. Egyptian women have leadership skills and have a strong character that is empowered more by the presidential initiative, and giving them the training they need, the empowerment to have jobs, the equity with men. This is also in our houses.
Yes.
You always find your father empowering you, your brother empowering you, your husband. This is in the Egyptian culture, thanks God.
Yes.
And also in the presidential initiative, of course, women are given health care, a lot of awareness to have their checkups for tumors and everything that might occur in order to have to be cured. Also having the education and having the training so that they can have their projects as entrepreneurs. Youth too are very important in Egypt, because we're having 70% of the Egyptians are less than 40 years. We are a youthful country, so giving the youth empowerment, you're giving the empowerment to 70% of the citizens who are going to grow into leaders in their jobs and businesses, and have a lot of impact on the country.
Yes. So, Dr. Shennawy, for several, also in several occasions, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi stressed on the importance of the private sector and its role in investment and in many fields here in Egypt. So, what is the role of the private sector in such an initiative?
The private sector as a permanent partner with the government in all the initiatives. If you look back to our initiatives, very successful initiatives, Haya Karima, Kulluna Wahed,
We're all one,
initiatives.
Decent Life.
Yes, Decent Life. You'll find the private sector is always there.
Yes.
In this initiative, and as the private sector is keen on having empowered youth who will grow up to take the job opportunities in their companies. They are helping the community to have trained citizens, so the private company can give from its experience in the training, in the best practices they are giving, and also they are giving job opportunities to the youth and to the women, and also to the men, of course.
And the role of NGOs?
NGOs' role is
in helping also in such initiatives, governmental initiatives.
It's very important always to have the NGOs, because we're also partners with the private sector and the government in many initiatives, and especially in awareness. The role of the NGOs is always the awareness and the recognition of people who do good in their jobs. We're having vocational recognition for people.
Of course.
This is very important to make them next time more people will come and join, and when they see people recognized for joining the initiatives.
I think the NGOs are also very important in such initiatives, because they are very well organized and they help in implementing these initiatives on the ground.
NGOs are found in all the rural areas, so they know very well the map of the cities, the rural areas, and how to reach people. So they are very important in
implementing,
lighting the way for anyone who wants to do good. Even we as NGO, we always seek the help of the NGO in the place we are serving in, because they know very well the map of the city, of the people, and the percentages of people who need help in this village or in the rural areas.
So how would the Bidaya initiative will ensure that the educational reforms would be sustainable?
To have sustainable educational reforms, the curriculums are being revised, and we are seeing now the Minister of Education doing this, revising the curriculum of all subjects for all stages of education. Training also has to be given for teachers in order to be able to use the modern ways of teaching and the digitalized manners of teaching the kids in school. The education also needs a lot of investments and of awareness of people to go and get their kids to school and know the importance of this, especially young girls. We are always looking for girls' empowerment, and it's happening in Egypt that even in rural areas people send their girls to school in order to have empowered girls, and when they grow up they become empowered women and be successful citizens in jobs they take or in projects of their own.
Yes. Also, we'd like to know the coordination that's going to take place between the old initiatives that were launched by President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, the very successful initiative, of course, Haya Karima, or a decent life, that started 4 years ago, which aims at raising the standard of living of 60 million Egyptians, and also the Solidarity and Dignity, or the Kafal and Karama, and other initiatives. What is the kind of coordination that's going to take place, or the kind of help, because Decent Life Initiative have started before and is on the ground and started from Upper Egypt, which was neglected before President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi came to office.
As a very big country of over 100 million citizens, developing the country comes in steps. We saw the Decent Life Initiative, or Haya Karima, starting and developing the rural areas, developing the infrastructure. At the same time, the country was initiating the roads and the roads and the new cities, and this is very important to have to develop the country. So now it's time that the new initiative, Bidaya, starts developing the Egyptian human, and it also started the same start as Decent Life in the rural areas. So I believe that Decent Life took steps towards education too, and they helped in education and in the health file. Now, concentrating on the human with the Bidaya, I see that there's going to be a collaboration between the initiatives in order to have an exponential development that we all feel at the same time in all Egypt, especially that people are keen on helping each other and in helping in the initiative in order to develop the Egyptian citizen.
Yes. Also, the Indecent Life Initiative, there would be in every governorate and every small town a building that is going to help in the digitalization of the system of the government. Give us an idea about this important point, and how would the citizen deal with this?
Now we're having in Egypt the project of or the program of Digital Egypt.
Yes.
We are digitalizing everything. Even,
you know, I'm asking you, Dr. Shennawy, because usually the citizens in Egypt are always afraid from anything that's digitalized or anything that is new to them. So that's why I'm asking about this.
There's always in all the countries, people are always afraid of change.
Yes.
And there's a very important topic that I read about, which was called Lead the Change. The change has to come in steps, and it did come in steps in our country. The digitalization was made by people using the phone. The cellular phone.
Yes.
The digitalization was made by people reading the information in digitalized files, Excel files, Word files, instead of paper. The digitalization took a good step when people started to go green and not use paper. The digitalization took a big step forward when people are using the cards instead of money, and it's safer and it's better. So we're having financial inclusion in Egypt now due to using digitalization, and I believe that Egypt is one of the big countries that are taking big steps in digitalization, especially with our infrastructure of the fiber network, which we call our backbone. It's very fast. We're having fast internet through the digital fiber network, and we're having a very strong and fast internet through our cellular phones, because we're having the 4G and the 5G, and it's going very fast, and people are demanding faster always.
Yes. For the young generation, it's very easy because they grew up to find this system. It's there, and they go ahead with it because the system is modernized and digitalized. But for the old people, it's much more hard for them to cope with this system. So I'm asking now about the role of institutions, the role of media in providing awareness, the role of the government buildings, anywhere the employee is working, to provide him with the help in such idea of, or the new system of the digitalization.
There's a lot of awareness and of sessions, training sessions for people, even in the Bidaya initiative that we're talking about today. The age group of over 65 is given digital transformation awareness and how to use the digitalized files and the digitalized apps. So there's a lot of awareness going around. Training also is very important, and even the old or the elder people are being helped to use the digital platforms that we're having. Even in Digital Egypt, the governmental forum, the governmental network, it's very important to have people trained, and they are trained by different ways in order to use the digital government, all the tools, everything, instead of going to finish their papers in a ministry. Now they can do this digitally.
Yes.
So it's easier, and people are getting used to it, especially if you took them in steps. As we said, we lead the change by taking the change into steps.
Yes. Yes. Also, the initiatives of the Decent Life and Solidarity and Dignity, which is Takaful and Karama, also are completing each other and getting closer to each other. And also the initiative of Kullina Wahed, which is now on its 26th or 27th stage edition. Or yes, it's a very successful initiative in order to lift the burden from the citizens. So give us an idea about this, please.
Now you talked about the solidarity and dignity.
Yes, but we'd like to shed more light on the Kullina Wahed, because it's a very, actually a very successful, we see it's very successful on the ground, and the people always calling on the media, social media, to extend the markets and the shopping areas of this initiative.
The Kullina Wahed initiative, or We Are All One, is initiated by the Ministry of Interior.
Yes.
It's made specially for stabilizing the prices of goods in all over Egypt. And as all our initiatives, we always have the initiative going on in rural areas, in far places. This initiative is a partnership between the government and the private sector, having stores, having big stores, big supermarkets, chain stores, even the commodity stores are a member of this initiative.
Yes.
So the initiative is for giving discounts on goods that people use. The discounts can go until 40% and even less. People who are partners in this initiative, if they have their stores all over Egypt and the governorates, people go to them in their stores and buy the reduced prices through the initiative.
Yes.
Those prices are taken care by Ministry of Interior. If the places are far and there are no stores there, there are tents specially made as markets for people to go and buy their goods.
Yes.
The initiative is concentrated in special occasions like Ramadan,
Yes.
like
Back to school.
Back to school.
You know, Dr. Shennawy, in the last press conference for the weekly press conference by the Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli, he said that they are planning to make the كلنا واحد, or we are all one initiative market a permanent one, and it's going to
This is true.
to cope with the season. For example, nowadays it's going to be called back to school. After this, it's going to be أهلا Ramadan, or welcome Ramadan. After this, welcome summer. So how do you see this successful and the echo it left in the citizens?
It is a very successful initiative from all sides, because people are demanding to keep it, because people want the good prices from the vendors. The vendors also profit from this initiative. They give a lot of discounts, but they profit because they sell more. So when they sell more, they profit more. They get more profit. So it's a win-win situation between the customer and the vendor, and of course between the government who initiated this very successful initiative. And as you said, it was occasional, but now it's going to be a permanent one due to the demand of people. They say keep
because
the
it's very
initiative,
successful,
please.
and actually
Yes.
at the start it was providing only food and commodities and goods. Now it's providing everything for the schools, for example, the bags, the pencils, everything. Yes.
This is true, and it's a very intelligent initiative in order to stabilize prices outside the initiative too.
Yes.
Because people, when they find the prices in the initiative having all those discounts, they will go and buy from the initiatives. The other vendors will go, will lower their prices too. So it's a very important initiative to stabilize prices all over Egypt.
Yes, and also I think that the idea of going to a place that have everything that you need is also a very successful idea here in Egypt, and it started long ago actually. We used to have since more than 50 years or something this kind of markets that I'm not supposed to of course to mention names, but this kind of market that has everything. You can buy clothes, you can buy furniture, you can buy everything, you know,
Discount
electronics.
markets.
Yes,
Yes.
discount markets. Yeah.
Yes, this is true, and it's a very well-known initiative.
Yes.
Yes, that stabilize prices, because vendors will also have no reason to have big stores, because they will, as long as they put the commodities or the products in the store, it's going to be quickly sold. So this quickness gives more profit to the vendor.
Yes.
So it's very important to have a discount market.
Yes, yes. So also the initiative, the Decent Life initiative, now it's in its third phase. The first and the second phase is about to end, and now it's in its third phase. How do you evaluate it in general? It started years ago.
Decent Life initiative is a super successful initiative, a very intelligent one that took people from poverty,
Yes.
and gave them good living, especially in rural areas.
And the Upper Egypt, it started by Upper Egypt, which was neglected years ago. Before President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi came to office, Upper Egypt was completely neglected.
This is true. Upper Egypt was neglected, and this is very bad, because it's a huge area in our country.
Yes.
And it has a lot of citizens that have the right to live equal life
Yes.
like people who are in Cairo and in the capital, and in the other cities. So the Decent Life initiative took care of raising the standards of living for people in those rural areas. And when this happens, people start to be developed, and even the Bidaya initiative is going to them, so they will have better opportunities in life. They will think in another way. Not only to have jobs, but they can be entrepreneurs who sell their goods through the internet, who can have more opportunities in life and more opportunities to live a better life. So Decent Life Initiative, together with governmental efforts of building new towns, new cities, smart cities with fast transportation, all this is getting Egypt in steps forward, and we're going to have a great opportunity for developing.
Yes. So also the Decent Life also goes along with the other small initiatives, like for example last year there was an initiative of 100 days for health, and also 100 million health. Also predicting early prediction of breast cancer for women, which was also under the auspices of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi and with the help of the National Council for Women. So give us an idea about this, please.
The initiative of 100 million health is very important. It helped a lot of women for early detection of tumors. It also, it's not also helping women only, but men and kids who have diseases that should be cured and have kind of health issues that better to be early detected. We have also the initiatives of lending women loans like Mastura. This is for small projects for women who have loans and can make their own projects, and they are helped with planning their projects to ensure that the projects are successful. So they are given training too, and training to make their market assessment, their community assessments before starting the project, and knowing what to produce, better products and how to produce it. There are also a lot of initiatives that are made for youth and even for fishermen. There is an initiative in Dumyata for fishermen in order to have loans and get new boats and repair their boats. So people are helped in different ways in Egypt, and equity is being implemented as Egypt's Vision 2030.
Yes. Some people used to say that they don't see on the ground, for example, the people in Upper Egypt felt very much or very well in rural areas the initiative of the Decent Life. Others were saying we don't feel it, but last year we saw, for example, as for me, under the building where I'm working, we saw the cars making checkups for the citizens, and the initiative of the 100 days of health, we saw this by our eyes. So also talk to us about this. Now every citizen feels on the ground the development and the care that the leadership and the government is giving to the citizen.
This is true. The 100 million health initiative has cars, like ambulance cars, medical cars that goes through all around Egypt and in the rural areas and in the big cities. And
it was standing under also the ministries, the government buildings, the banks, and
clubs.
Yes, everywhere. We saw it everywhere, actually.
Where people gather, where there are crowds, you will find the 100 million health initiative.
And they were calling on us, come and check, come and check. Yes.
They make analysis.
Yes.
And special investigations for people, and if people need help, they send them to the institutes that can give them help, the help. For example, if someone was positive in as a tumor patient, they will send him to the place where he can be cured.
Yes.
This is very important, and this makes citizens feel that their country care for them.
Yes.
Because it's really
yes,
very
that's
good
the idea
care.
I would like to reach to, that we feel the care.
Yes.
Yes.
The country cares for them. The presidential, the political leadership cares for them, for having initiatives, presidential initiatives, especially for people. So this is a lot of care, and even in education, even in developing the human character, because the Egyptians have very good potential to be trained and to have the job opportunities that they really deserve. The new cities are now established in a lot of places with a lot of fast transportation. So if people are well educated, have good health and well trained, they are going to have job opportunities that comes back with big salaries and a lot of money, and here comes the wheel goes around, and success gets success, and this is a very bright future that I can see.
Thank you so much. I really had the pleasure to have you with us today. Thank you for your for coming, and thank you for your valuable information that you provided us with.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I thank you, Dr. Engineer Amany Shennawy, the chemical engineer, member of the International Service Organization. Thank you very much for joining us today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, with this, my dear viewers, we come to the end of this episode of our program Windows. My name is Amal Mukhtar. Thank you for watching.